That's coming up.
The chief said?
Well, that's where we're going to move in. Well, hopefully we'll have the building done by July. So it gives us a good month and a half to, you know, go through the systems, make sure everything's working. Can't really move too much in the summertime. This right here, this is an elevator. You know, all building codes, you got to have an elevator. So moving in here, we're going into the police side. This is the police area. In here, this is central dispatch. All the communications would be here.
Big.
So have three positions in here, 3 desks for dispatching. Over here, this is a records room. There's also a permit area in here. This is where the records would be. A couple of rooms here. These are private interview rooms right now at the police station. Someone comes in to report a crime. We have no place to talk to them in private. You know, there could be a domestic assault. The victim could be in one room, and we could have the suspect of the assault in the next room. They'd be right next to each other. There's no way, we don't have the facilities to deal with it. Now we do. Now we come further in the back. For here is our sergeant's offices and the patrol office. This room in here is for 7 sergeants. They'll be set up, 7 sergeants will be in this room. They all have their own little cubicle. Again, and this is a report writing for the patrol offices. There's upwards of 8 individual workstations that they can sit, do their reports, and quiet and have their own little space. A couple little more staff toilets here. You can avoid the noise. Yeah. Over on this side here, this is a roll call room where they do briefings, and every shift has a roll call. That's in this space over here. This is a break room.
Break room.
Yeah, break room, you know, table, lunch room. We don't have one of those in the building we have now. There's no place for... And this is the staff entrance, where when they come to work, they come in this door here, and they go right in.
And those are car parks there?
Yeah, that's where the shift cruisers would be under that cover.
Yep.
You know, with the rain and the snow and the sleet, all the weather we have on Nantucket, it's nice to give them a place they can inspect their cruiser, go through the equipment without having to get out, open the trunk, and, you know, a lot of times if you make it a little bit better for them to check the equipment, they'll check it properly.
So is this where you would bring suspects?
No, this is just staff entrance. We'll go back to the detention. It's one thing with this building, it's properly laid out to segregate.
Yes.
You know, you have the public section, you have the police section, then you have detention. You know, there's no mingling of those 3 areas like there are in the existing building. It brings nothing but conflict when that happens. So we're going into the detention area right now. And it has what they call a man lock here, so the doors are all closed, so one door can't be open while the others are, so you have some level of security.
Okay, yeah.
So we're back into, this is the main processing desk in here.
Wow.
So it's big because one thing about Nantucket, when we have, especially in the summertime, we could be arresting 14, 15 people at a time. And this is the problem you run into, especially on Nantucket, we're of extremes. Like now it's February 1st and it's really quiet, but come July 1st, you know, we go from one extreme to the other. It's hard to find a happy medium on Nantucket. And when you're dealing with a detention sort of aspect, you're dealing with somewhat people who are violent, people who are dangerous, people who don't want to be in detention. They don't want to be locked up. So you have to have an area that's safe for the officers. So it's spread out a little bit. So if we happen to be fighting with someone, when we fight with them, you know, we need to be safe. So having things spread out, not having walls around so that we can handle people properly is a big thing. And this is laid out that way.
How many cells?
Well, right now, we'll go back and look at the male cell area. In this area, this is the male cell block. We have six male cells and 1 handicapped male cell. The law requires us, the building code requires us to have a wheelchair accessible cell, and we have that. Right now downtown, we have 3 mail cells. Even on February 1st, 2 of those cells are filled up right now. So we have one extra cell today on February 1st. So this is, we're doubling our mail cell capacity. So hopefully we won't have the problem. And one thing again on Nantucket that people don't understand, like other towns, they could have 2, 3 jail cells, they fill up, they call the next town. Say, yeah, we got to put a guy over there. Or they go to the House of Correction. Yeah, can we get a guy? You know, they don't have to deal, oh, sorry, there's no planes flying today because fog, or there's no boats because of wind. We still have to keep the prisoner. We can't let them go if the court's saying you have to hold on to them. So we have to have that built-in capacity to handle it. So this is why we doubled our mail capacity, because as I said today, 2/3 of our lockup right now is full.
Right now?
Right now.
Okay.
You know, today. You know, which is, who'd know, right? But it is.
Now, how long are these cells supposed to be?
By law, we can't hold anybody longer than 72 hours. But because of the boats and the planes, we've had people, especially on holiday weekends, where the court says, no, you can't release them, they're not eligible for bail, we have to hold them. Because their pre-arraignment, the House of Correction won't take someone who hasn't gone to court yet. So we have to hold them in pre-arraignment, which is in a local lockup.
These other places?
This is a female cell.
Oh, okay.
We have 2 female cells downtown right now, and the only thing we added was a handicap cell, which they say we have to have. So fortunately, our female criminal element hasn't increased as much as our male, so having 2 female cells is 3 with the handicap should cover our needs.
Got it. Is that just a window to be?
Well, this is a matron's room. If you look at it from this side, you know, we have a female matron if we have female prisoners. So
okay.
this is a little matron's office that they can look in the windows at the female area. And also, there's also the juvenile lockup. We're required to have a juvenile lockup as well. The juvenile lockup is on this side that you're looking in now, and they have to be sight and sound separated from the adults.
That's what that is, and she would keep an eye on that.
Yeah. So if you look over here, the juvenile has their own little holding area, which is a sound room here, and then there's a juvenile cell. And unfortunately, we have had to use our juvenile cell on Nantucket, and it's just one of the realities of life here. I mean, it's everywhere else. Another strange, I mean, people go, why do you have this or why do you have that? We have 2 showers in detention. You know, and why wouldn't one work? Because there's a building code that says if you have more than 8 cells, you have to have 2 showers. So we have 2 showers. You know, so it's little things like that which add to square footage for a building.
Well, one would be for males and one for females.
No, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
it doesn't. It's just, they said it matter the number of cells you have equal X amount of showers. You know, one of the things too that someone brought up, that you have so many toilets, you have so many bathrooms in there. Someone used some number like 21 or 22, some number. Well, each cell has a toilet. And that's a toilet, it's a fixture, so I guess the plumbing code wants to call those bathrooms, but we call them cells. So you come back over in here, something that we don't have is, this is a secure interview room. So if our detectives, so we have to interview someone who we've arrested in conjunction with a crime, we can bring them into a secure room that we can talk to them in an interview capacity instead of bringing them to the front of the building or taking them somewhere else.